Hey, this is Mystic Gaming. Wow, it's really been a while since the last video. Yeah, I know I've come back, made a Fortnite video, even though I said I've converted into the holy place of an Overwatch YouTuber for the second time. But I have been storing up a video for the past month, and some people have been asking me why have I stopped uploading. It's not that I'm done, it's just I've been busy and I haven't had time to finish this project, but I finally did. This is a parody of Soundsmith's hat stereotype series, but with Fortnite. The noob. We've all seen these guys. The garbage default player that can hardly scrap to get a single kill, often running into walls and often accusing for hacks. They do simple mistakes, such as forgetting to hit the blue dot when breaking something, or doing something really obviously dumb, like drinking the medium shield before the two minis. You'll often find these guys just discovering what's going on with the game. Although their stereotype is the most common to change, it is the most broad. I was once a noob too, Ninja was once a noob too, we've all been there, but most of us have moved on. Except for a couple of these guys who choose not to move on, still making simple mistakes and blaming it on other people. Hey, did you know that this guy has a battle pass? Yep, this is the guy that'll beat it into your head every single day and every single time you play Fortnite that, hey, I'm not a noob, I have a battle pass that instantly makes me better because this game is pay to win. But instead, you notice that they oftenly only have the first skin in the game. It doesn't mean that they're bad, it just means that they think highly of themselves. They're mostly not too good. The guys who brag about battle passes and are good are the people who have reached the final tier, but you can always tell when someone just bought their tiers. This stereotype is very common it's right after the default noob, because this guy's heard time and time again, why don't you have a battle pass? Why don't you have a battle pass? And these same people are going to regret it because he's going to beat it into their head that he has a battle pass. We get it. It is a simple thing that costs a little over $10. It's not like you're the most famous person in the world. Although these guys might be a little bit better than the noob, and maybe a little better than, well, Battle Pass Man, it's very obvious that this guy is not remotely pro or expert or advanced, anything of that sort at Fortnite. This is the guy who rages. If you want to play on Phil for either duos or squads, you end up with this guy, you're not going to have a good time. Every time he dies or gets knocked down, he instantly disconnects. He loses all hope that maybe he gets picked up. No, he just instantly leaves. He often BMs people to bring out his anger on others, and, well, he'll never land where someone else lands, because if he lands where his team lands, then, well, that would be teamwork. He has to land by himself, and when he dies, he mic spams his team about, why didn't you land with me? Even though they all assigned their spots, this guy went to Tilted or some other unnamed place on the map. Yeah, these guys are really dumb, and they often rage.
These are the guys we'll find at very weird places, like unnamed areas like factories. It's hard to tell if they clutched or if it was a skill. They have mostly high-tier skins like Black Knight or Omega. This is the only stereotype on the list that plays aggressively and is good for the most part. While people often expect them to carry, which yes, can happen, but not always. The only negative part is that these guys get super intense after a death or getting BM'd. You will often find them in solo since they think highly of themselves. It's relatable but can be a bit much. The most common version of the stereotype is a John Wick that goes ridiculous on building, but that is not always the case.
Up until now, we've been building a scale on who is better or on which stereotypes. This guy is just barely better than the Rager, but kinda in between the I have a battle pass guy. These guys know what they're doing and they're fairly competent, but they're too afraid to play solos, so they always do duos and squad and often hope that their teammates are going to carry them. This isn't bad. Sometimes you just like playing with friends more, and maybe you're not good at solos. That's okay. But these guys really like to stay with teammates and brag about their squad wins where they got 0 kills and stole all the items. Yeah, the stereotype's negative, but it is fun to do because it's fun playing with friends. I remember my first squad win, and it was so fun. But you get that feeling, and you just want to keep doing it. And these are the guys who've had that first experience, but want to keep doing squads because they want to brag about their 56 wins in squads and duos, but they're 0 in solos. The Hype Beast. Oh my gosh, he got a solo win once. These guys are about the same as the I have a battle pass, but they just got barely lucky enough to get that one solo win. Maybe not duos, because solo wins are easier to brag about since it was all you. But just like me, they probably only have one solo win, and that's the only thing they can brag about. I probably place here, but I don't like to brag about it much because all my friends have 14 solo wins and I have 1. Pretty depressing, but these guys find joy out of that. I don't know why. I mean, I suppose I should know why, but I don't find joy in it. It's just one solo win. It'd be cool to brag and, like, talk about so much about how you got 14 solo wins, but, like, it's just one solo win, man. Like, do we really matter that much? These guys overhype it, like, they got, oh my gosh, super quick no scope, 360, but in all reality, they probably didn't. This is the I have a battle pass guy, like most stereotypes, but he actually improved. He's gotten to that, the technique, the Rust Lord, whatever you want to make this current season stereotype standard. But this isn't really a bad stereotype. These guys are just pretty good. Like, they're not bad, they're not ridiculous, and I like to say that's where modern me fits in, but that's all up to discussion. These guys are pretty decent. They may not be the most skilled of players, and they don't always get the solo wins or even certain squad and duo wins, but they're improved from the default and the I have a battle pass, and these guys are nice to know. It's awesome to squad fill with them, and they're just all around cool guys. They're not super aggressive about the game, but they're not like, oh, this is just some game, so I'm not even gonna try. They're kind of that average, and that's why this is the average. Not a bad stereotype, but not necessarily a good one. What separates these guys from the pro? Because we already did the pro, but the expert, oh my gosh, the expert, these guys are ridiculous. Like, these are the guys that will take certain, like, not even an exploit. They will just take a powerful weapon and make it unstoppable. These are the guys that build ridiculous. A list of experts, well, the obvious ones, Ninja, Myth, you got all these other great players. I use the footage from Spacelyon because I don't want to be a cop-out and use Ninja, but these guys are really, really good because that's why they're the expert. They're not your regular John Wick. They are the people who stand out. They make themselves a name by being so good at the game. This is definitely the most positive stereotype on the list, and you probably don't know anybody who's an expert, because I'm not talking about that one guy who got John Wick and got 3 solo wins in a day once. I'm talking about the guy who can consistently get wins all the time, easily, just everywhere. He's amazing. Wow, so stereotypes. Yeah, they don't apply to everybody. You should know that. That's the meaning of a stereotype. Keep in mind, this is mostly a negative video, but if I talked about all the positive stereotypes in Fortnite, it would get quite boring and quite bland very quickly. thank you all for watching. This is Mystic Gaming here. I know it's been a while, and I hope to come back and make some more higher quality videos, hopefully like this one. Maybe you enjoyed it. I got a cameo from my friend Frosty, and this just overall took a while. Thank you to Soundsmith, because, well, he made the music in this video, and he is the inspiration for me making this video. He's one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. See you guys. Peace. Thanks for being in one of the awesomest communities, at least in my opinion.